Hey, what's up there, YouTubers, and those who may be watching this on Facebook? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video review. And for this video, we're going to be taking a look at Red Faction Guerrilla Remarstered, or just Remaster. I'm just going to say it. I just have a hard time saying the word though. For the Nintendo Switch, also available on the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC via Steam, which this is obviously the remaster version of the original, I believe, PS3 and 360 version. And if you're interested in my review, I'll have a link in the description of this video, and you can check it out. As I've said before in the past, THQ has really started to make a revival, or now under known as THQ Nordic, and they have revived several series that have started to make a comeback, ranging from the Darksiders series that have made a comeback to announcements this year where we saw like Destroy All Humans, to basically SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. So one of the most interesting announcements came this year was when it was announced that Red Faction Guerrilla would be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'll be honest with you, I never really played any of the Red Faction games or played any of the entries of the series, but I do know that it was developed by Voltron, that were the creators of, that also helped create the Saints Row series, and you can see there are some similarities between the two. And while I do think, and while it definitely carries the DNA of the Saints Row series, and while the game is still fun, it's not without its like flaws and so forth. So why don't we get started with the pros and the cons? And there's basically two pros I could come up with. So we'll start with the first one, and the first one has to do with the gameplay, and that is it's basically an open world type of a game, open world fun style gameplay. I mean, if you played any of the Saints Row games before, you'll feel right at home with the gameplay as well. Most of this evolves around you basically finding scraps, whether it's destroying buildings to get scraps or finding certain rocks to destroy scraps, to even basically, taking out EDF forces, whether it's through destroying their bases or completing certain missions that will be available on the map. When you do those, you raise sort of factions which can help you and aid you in certain situations, to basically most of the missions, which are either attack convoys, to rescuing civilians, to attacking certain sites. It's kind of almost similar to the way like Saints Row is, minus a couple of things and so forth, like you don't get a weekly money into your account or anything like that, like you did like in Saints Row 3 and 4 and so forth though. But it is still follows that open world fun gameplay that Aulx Studios is known for, and it certainly is an enjoyable and fun experience. The next thing I do want to talk about is basically the destructible environment. Now, from what I understand, this game portrays itself as like almost everything in this game, it can be destroyed, and quite frankly, that is basically true. You could pretty much take out everything from like signposts to even buildings and break them down to the point where they crumble, taking out vehicles and all that stuff. I mean, the destruction physics in this game is impressive, and it basically gives the impression of this being a dumb, stupid, fun game, and quite frankly, that is true. And honestly, it's actually, I had some fun with this game though. I mean, it's one of those games where you just like kind of just turn your brain off and just enjoy it for what it is: dumb, stupid fun. And basically that's what the whole destructible environment is. It's just dumb, fun stuff. I mean, you could pretty much destroy almost everything. I mean, not everything's destructible in the game, obviously, but the majority of part is the destruction, and that's pretty much the big selling point. And I will say that's where the game does succeed the most. It's basically everything's destructible, and it's just dumb, stupid fun. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get to part 2, which is the cons. So we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video review of Red Faction Guerrilla Remarstered. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to call it Remaster for the Nintendo Switch. So now that I gave you my pros or what I did like about the game, why don't I give you my cons? And just like the pros, there are only really 2 cons I could think of as far as Red Faction Guerrilla for the remaster for the Nintendo Switch. First, we'll start off with the AI, and while I won't go as far as saying that the AI is terrible or awful in this game, I will say there are times when it can be kind of cheap and a little bit unfair. There are situations where haven't played the game where sometimes basically your AI partner doesn't always help you out. Like there's one mission that requires me to take out several windmills, and unfortunately along the process they get killed and I lose like certain faction points and all that stuff, which is a little bit unnecessary too. Sometimes the enemy basically will charge, like sometimes they'll just like ram you just when you're trying to recover very quickly. In other words, the AI sometimes is like how it is in games like Saints Row the Third and all that stuff, or Saints Row, the Saints Row game, like Saints Row Third and Fourth or Ancient Mayhem. They can be sometimes a little bit cheap and a little bit unfair in certain situations. Does it make the game unplayable? No, I'm not saying does it make it unplayable, nor do I'm saying that the game isn't challenging or anything like that. It's just there are times when the AI is a little bit cheap and unfair in certain situations. And last but not least, I do want to say, as far as the control setup, or at least the one they have set up in the game, I'm not really a big fan of it. The one area of the controls I don't like, though, was when it originally set up, where in this case, in terms of aiming down, you have to click on the left analog stick on your Pro controller or Joy-Cons, depending on which control scheme you're using and all that stuff. So it just made aiming, in my opinion, a little bit awkward and so forth. Luckily, you could change it, as always, you could change it in the option menu. I opted for more like holding on one of the shoulder buttons, it's the L, to basically aim and all that stuff. So the control setup that they have for the game, at least when you boot it up unless you decide to change anything, I just don't like the setup and all that stuff. So, but like I said, you could change it in the option menu. If you don't like what's there, you can always do it that way if you want to. Overall, Red Faction Guerrilla is not a bad game. It is basically what I would describe it is like Saints Row in a way. It's dumb, stupid fun though. The destructible environments is impressive for this game, and it is just like Saints Row. It's an enjoyable, fun, open world type of a game. Is it going to give games like Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption 2 a run for its money? No, it's not that kind of a game. I don't see this one giving those games a run for its money as far as an open world games goes. But it is an enjoyable game, nevertheless. I mean, yes, sometimes the AI, at least from my perspective, can be unfair and cheap at times. I'm not a really big fan of the control setups or anything like that, but that hasn't stopped me from enjoying the game. And if you enjoy games like Saints Row and all that stuff, then I would say give Red Faction Guerrillas a try. One thing I did notice is that some people complained about when the game was released on the PS4 or 360, there were some frame rate issues. As far as I'm aware with the Switch version, I didn't see that or anything like that. But either way, it is a fun game. I would definitely recommend it. And if you're like a fan of like the open world games that THQ Nordic and Voltron does, then I would say give Red Faction Guerrilla a try. And the fact that you could enjoy that kind of game on the go on the Nintendo Switch is definitely a nice addition to add to the library. Okay, before I end this video, I do want to give sort of a quick little update for my YouTube channel, and that is that for the next 2 weeks, though, I'm not going to be posting really any videos or anything like that. Mostly, this has to do with the fact that there was something I was planning to do, and I've sort of saved up for this. It's sort of like taking some time off and all that stuff. And like anything, we all have to take some time off. So it's basically spending some time with like friends and family and so forth. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to be posting any YouTube videos. In case you're, for some reason, in case you're wondering why isn't he posting any YouTube videos, that's one of my reasons though. I mean, like anything, we all need to take a break every once in a while. Burnout does happen though. Let's be honest. We all, sometimes you get overworked, whether it's going to a job or whether it's shooting a YouTube video. There are times when people do get burnout. So for me though, I'm going to take a bit of a break for 2 weeks, spend some time with some family and friends and all that stuff. Something that I kind of planned for a bit though. That doesn't mean I'm leaving YouTube. I'll still be back and all that stuff. It's just, this is something I kind of planned. So if you don't see any videos for the next 2 weeks though, no, fear not. I'm not leaving YouTube or anything like that. But if you want to check out some of my other videos I posted up and so forth, like the one that I put up about, the one that I had gameplay footage of me playing Dragon Quest XI S, the demo though, those will be up. You could check out those videos and all that stuff. So don't worry if you don't see a video for the next 2 weeks. It's just, I'm taking a little bit of a break, spending some time with some friends and families and so forth. Okay, this concludes this video review of Red Faction Guerrillas for the Nintendo Switch. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about Red Faction Guerrilla on the Nintendo Switch? Is it a game worth picking up for the Nintendo Switch? Do you think the game is just dumb, stupid fun in any way? Is that the kind of game you're into? Is it the kind of game, if you enjoyed like Saints Row, is this the kind of game you would also enjoy as well? Do you think that we should see other entries of the Red Faction series come to the Nintendo Switch? Do you think they should make a brand new entry and try to bring that over to the Nintendo Switch in any way? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I hope you hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications of any new videos I put up. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You could do it through PayPal me or Patreon. Link will be in the description of this YouTube video. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye!